You just spoke about population. And when I was researching, I found a lot of very interesting things. Is that fertilizer was one of the things really holding back population.
Right.
You could say back in the olden times. But once
Sure.
we found out how to make fertilizer from phosphated rocks, human population had a great boom.
Right.
But now water is one of many things
Right.
holding back human population. If we found basically a limitless supply of water, would human population just have a huge boom again?
Well, honestly, I think we found all the main sources of water that we're going to find. But to answer your question directly, I don't think so. I think what helps the population to grow is not the water, but the water and the food. So the two together. I don't think people realize how closely water and food and energy are actually linked. And so if you make a change in one, you make a change in all of the others. So the additional water wouldn't do it. It would be water and food and the space to actually grow the food.
So they're all like intertwined.
Absolutely. Right, we call that the water, energy, food nexus.
Ah, that's neat. Most of Earth is covered with seawater, but we can't drink it. If we had a technological breakthrough that allowed us to affordably and easily convert seawater to freshwater, would that be enough water for us?
What you're talking about is called desalination. And it's one option out of many to deal with issues of water scarcity. So the key is being able to do it affordably and being able to do it in an environmentally friendly way. So that's the challenge with desalination right now, is that it's extremely energy intensive, so that in the end you're maybe contributing more greenhouse gas, and those cons, so to speak, outweigh the pros of having more fresh water. One of the byproducts is brines, the salt that's left behind, and it's really, really toxic. And so it's not quite like nuclear waste, but it's quite toxic. And so finding places to store that waste, what to do with it, is a big issue that's standing in the way of desal. If we could do it in an environmentally friendly way, it would be a huge breakthrough.
That's very interesting. This is something I didn't see online, that it's toxic. I would think it would just be salt.
Well, salt in high concentrations is toxic, right? And so
Because you couldn't just put
Yeah.
it back in the sea, because that
well,
would
you
make it way
can,
too-
you can, and that's, we do that in Southern California. It's discharged several miles offshore. So it's something that you can do if you're in a coastal community, and I would contend that we don't really know what the environmental impacts are because we haven't really checked. But if you're inland, and there's no sea close by, it's not economically feasible.
Yes, where could you put that?
Right, where do you put
basically?
it? And there are many inland places that are thinking about doing desal.